Hey guys, just a quick update for you on the COVID situation in Japan. As you can see, we're at Centre International Airport. Not real busy. Their domestic flights are pretty busy, coming and going like they normally do. International on the screen, there was only just Asia basically. There was Bangkok and Seoul and a few other Asian destinations, but there didn't seem to be any Europe or America or Australia or any other destinations like that. It was all sort of Southeast Asia. So don't really know why that is. Someone will tell us. So anyway, the updates are that in April there was 139,500 people came to Japan from other countries. 139,500 for reasons other than tourism. So that's the highest number since COVID started. So it's the highest number of foreigners coming to Japan in 1 month since COVID started. So in the last two and a bit years. So all of them were coming for reasons other than for tourism. So for work or for study or for business or for things like that. So that's a bit of a record. So it means that Japan is lightening up a bit. Now from this month, this is pretty funny. We heard, now we don't know how accurate this is, but we heard that from this month they're going to do a little experiment to find out what happens if they let some tourists in, right? And we thought, oh, that's a good idea. And because we've got a lot of business owners that we know who are related to the tourism industry, and we thought, oh, that's great for them. And then we found out that it's only 50 people. So they let in 139,500 people for reasons other than tourism, and they're going to let in 50 people for tourism, just to see how it goes. And then there's all these lists of conditions. So only if they're involved with a registered tour organisation that's approved by the government, with an approved itinerary and all these other sort of rules and regulations. So it's a little bit illogical because 139,500 people coming in that everyone has to be vaccinated, and I think they're still PCR testing them as well, and that'll go for the tourists as well. So how much risk do they pose to us as opposed to the 127 million people who are already in Japan, many of which haven't been vaccinated yet or are leading sort of risky lives sort of thing. So it's funny, 50 tourists. So but the good news is that means that they're opening the doors a bit, they're lightening up a bit. So once they start to do that, hopefully, those of you guys who've been hanging out to come here will be able to come too in time, So, a couple other developments. One is that someone in the government said that we should feel free now, a high-level person in the government said we should feel free now to start going outside, not wearing masks, providing we're more than 2 metres from other people. However, in places like this, you'll tend to get hassled if you do it. But in other places like parks or walking on the street or places like that, if you're always within more than 2 metres from people, you don't have to wear a mask, he said. So, but the reality is everybody here still is. I mean, look, we've talked about this lots of time before. Lots of Japanese people love wearing their masks, so they're quite happy to keep doing it. So other than that, not much of a development. The numbers went up as it always does after the Golden Week holidays in April. About a week later, the numbers of people that caught COVID spiked, as it always does after the holidays, and the media and the government all acted surprised like they do after every holiday when the numbers spike, and then it went back down again to more reasonable numbers again. So that's the developments there. Most of the people eligible have had their third vaccination, had their first booster, and they're getting ready now to roll out the next booster. So that's about it. As far as we're concerned, it's still not normal for us as far as work's concerned, so we're still struggling a little bit. But we're getting by. Lots of people have it worse off than us. Just trying to think of all the questions people ask about these things all the time. So just trying to cover all those topics. So that's probably got it covered. So that was your COVID update. So we're sort of hoping an aeroplane or two might land while we were talking, but didn't happen, did it? It looks pretty desolate. So we'll give you a bit of a look around the airport now. So that's the end of the talking. The rest of it's just going to be having a look around the airport. So anyway, more videos coming soon.
中部国際空港セントレアには第1ターミナルゲート、第2ターミナルビルがございますので、お間違いないようご利用ください。
May I have your attention, please? We have two terminals. Please check.
足元にご注意ください。
Please watch your steps.
下りを